Okay, but is there really some kind of Shane Dawson, James Charles palette war?
We got the stars of Daybreak joining us right here on the couch.
Down.
Okay.
Across, slide.
So Selena dropped her music, then it got messy with Hailey Bieber. It was a whole thing. What is up, guys? I'm Sussan Mourad.
And I'm Emile Ennis Jr. Thanks for coming to hang out with us on our Halloween episode. You can tell what Susan's. I'm a chocolate-filled donut.
Oh my God, you are a chocolate-filled donut. So you guys, I wanted to be a cookie. Here is my cookie outfit. But you guys, it is so hard, you cannot sit in it. So I couldn't be a cookie, and so I'm Wonder Woman instead.
There's only room for one snack on this set.
We've got such a fun, jam-packed show for you guys. We've got so much to get through, so let's just jump straight into the tea.
Well, guys, we have so much to discuss when it comes to what happened on Twitter this week. James dropped his mini palette, but then we found out that Shane Dawson's palette and actually Conspiracy Collection comes out November 1st, and there's a lot of tea to discuss with that, but before we get to that.
So earlier this week, we had the stars of Netflix's new series, Daybreak, joining us right here in the studio. You guys, you're gonna love this show. This is what went down. Colin and Austin from Daybreak, come on in.
All right,
Thanks
for having us.
Get cozy, adjust the
Welcome to
pillow.
the house.
Okay.
How are you guys?
Doing pretty good.
Congratulations.
Oh, thanks, man.
Thank you.
been
It's
a
like
wild
so
ride.
so exciting, right? Your very own Netflix series. How does that feel normal saying that you have a Netflix series?
Isn't it wild?
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
There was a whole moment. We actually just finished Comic-Con, and we went to go see the Times Square billboards. I had a moment. I
Surreal.
cried.
Yeah.
I cried because I
Yeah.
was like, "Whoa, this is crazy."
It's absolutely crazy.
Your show is premiered, but for those who don't know, tell us a little bit about what the show is.
We've been pitching other movie titles that kind of relate to it, and
It's
the
like-
three that we've come up with.
Yeah.
We've been telling everybody is like Mad Max meets Ferris Bueller
Yes.
Right.
meets
like Zombieland.
Zombieland.
It's just fun.
Yes.
It just feels like
We're in the apocalypse, and there are, zombies, but we call them ghoulies, and they act a little bit different than your traditional zombies. And,
Yes.
and our apocalypse while it's still dangerous and somewhat scary, it's not a dark and dreary apocalypse
Right.
like some other stories. Daybreak is really about finding your tribe, finding the people that are going to stick by your side and help you get through the day, even if it's an apocalyptic day.
Well, you play Wesley Fists. Can you tell our audience a little bit about your character?
So, Wesley Fisk is a pre-apocalypse football star bully turned pacifist samurai in the apocalypse, and teams up with Josh and Angelica at a later time to form a tribe of our own so that we can better survive in the apocalypse together.
Right?
What about your character? You play Josh Wheeler.
So yeah, Josh, one thing that kind of drew me to the project is Josh is kind of two different characters throughout the series. When we meet him, he's in the pre-apocalypse. He's not that cool, kind of a more reserved guy, doesn't have a lot going for him. If I had to give him a letter grade, I'd say that he was a C. And oh, I know, poor Josh, right? But no, it's okay, because in the apocalypse, Josh becomes the best version of himself. He totally unlocks his inner capability and becomes the version of himself that he always wanted to be.
What was sword training like? Your job is to
What
learn
kind
how
of
to use
swords
a
you guys
sword.
can show us?
Hey,
He's
no,
got the
literally,
best
I'm gonna show you. So they're 6 points.
Oh yeah.
Of contact,
Choreography.
and it's you do this and then that. Okay, across, and you do up and then up. Once
Wait,
you
what
once-
was the first one? I thought
So
the first
you
one was
do-
to start across.
So you do
Down.
down,
Down.
Okay.
Slice.
across, slide,
Oh.
up,
Oh,
and then
and
go
then-
Oh, so slice and up. I thought it
Yeah,
was just straight up.
It's like
Kinda like an
down,
asterisk.
down. All I know is
Precise.
don't try to come up on me in the apocalypse, cause I got y'all.
It's a cross between Mad Max and Ferris Bueller's Day Off. So Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Matthew Broderick, who is the
Ferris Bueller.
Yeah, right,
actually
right,
play your
right.
principal.
What was
Right.
that like working with him? And then also, was it a bit nerve-wracking for you? Because you essentially stepped into his shoes for some scenes.
It was a little nerve-wracking. I, being such a big Matthew Broderick fan, my first interaction with Matthew was he was sitting next to me and he was like, "So, you talk to camera in the show, huh?" I was like,
He's like, that's my thing.
and I was like, "Yeah, man. I it's been challenging because when you look into the lens, you can see little bits of your reflection." Before I could even say that to him, he was like, "You can see yourself in the mirror. And I was like, yeah, that's so. So it was interesting to see that he went through the same experience, when he was filming that.
That is so cool that you can say Ferris Bueller essentially gave you that advice
I know.
about speaking into the camera.
And you thought we weren't gonna have any fun in the apocalypse. Shame on you.
So,
Speaking of being on set, it sounds like you guys had a lot of fun. Do you have any crazy behind the scenes, on the set stories you can share with the Clevver fam,
Yeah, spill the tea.
Spill the tea.
The one that pops off in my head is just the fact, because we're talking about Matthew, is he knows how to do the floss dance.
no.
Yeah, and I don't know how to do it, so I won't even try. Just don't ask me.
It was me and Allie together, and we were in a car, and everything is turned off. But there was one instance where we weren't even really supposed to be touching one of the other props that was just a fixture, and we were sitting in the car and we were just playing around. Everything's not working, and then and we swore never to tell anyone. And then somebody asked that question, what's something crazy that happened on set? And she said, I got a story.
Oh my God.
The producers were like, that never happened.
That never happened.
We didn't know that.
That was great.
What a great story, Allie.
Right, exactly.
Speaking of fun, Halloween is literally around the corner.
It is around the corner.
And I love that this series has dropped just in time for Halloween because I think it's perfect for this time of year. We've got a really quick game we want to play with you.
Okay.
Which is Halloween apocalypse inspired. So we've got 4 different characters, and each of you individually will have to tell us who you want to feed as apocalypse fuel. So essentially eliminate them.
Okay.
Secondly, who you would marry,
Okay.
who you would have a one-night fling with,
Okay.
and finally, who would be your partner in crime to navigate the post-apocalyptic world.
Okay.
Are you ready to see who they are?
Yes.
We've got Winnie Sanderson from Hocus Pocus.
Okay.
Emile, do the honors. We've got Beetlejuice.
Okay.
Okay.
We've got Pennywise the Clown.
Okay.
Just saw it last night. Wow.
Okay.
For the first time.
And we've got the girl from The Ring, Samara.
Ooh.
Great options, guys.
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay.
I think I'm gonna marry the girl from The Ring.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh,
That's a
okay.
marriage.
Come home to that every night.
Right.
I'm gonna choose him to be my partner.
Okay. So
Partner in crime.
Yeah.
I'm feeding a girl. I'm feeding a girl. I'm so sorry.
Winnie.
Hocus Pocus.
See, I was gonna have my fling with her.
Oh, there you go. Go ahead and have your fling with
We're gonna
Winnie.
get fling.
She's gonna have to abracadabra herself into a burrito because
Damn,
she
bro.
getting fed.
How you doing?
And then I would fling with Beetlejuice.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. Enjoy.
Enjoy.
Have fun.
Freaky
Where do you want to go?
action.
We could double date.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, we both gonna be casting spells.
Yeah.
Go, one of those fright nights.
Yeah,
God.
we gonna have to clean him up. So make him brush his teeth and get a little skincare going because that's universal.
Yeah,
that's
he needs some help.
interdimensional. I will again marry the girl from The Ring because marriage that don't mean a thing. Like we can just get married and we can never talk.
Oh, you right.
And,
That's true.
And I think my partner in crime throughout the apocalypse, Pennywise the Clown.
Anyways, thank you so much, guys. This has been
Thank
so
you
much
for
fun.
having us.
Congratulations.
again.
Thanks.
you.
We can't wait for everyone to get into this series
Oh my
and
God.
just eat it up.
Eat it.
Us
Oh, I
too.
see what you did there.
That was fun.
So much fun.
So much fun.
So glad I'm back in this comfortable costume.
I know, I was like, I need to get back to my costume. But you guys, there was something that's been creating a lot of chatter online this week that all stemmed from Shane's 4th video that was all about that $20 million deal.
So spoiler alert, if you haven't watched yet, first of all, that's on you because it's been out for a week now. But we're gonna get into some juicy details from the episode. So if you haven't seen it yet, just know we're gonna talk about it. So one of the juiciest parts was the phone call that Jeffrey and Shane had with Morphe. And they were really getting into the gist of what they're going to buy, how much they're going to buy, the figures and the numbers.
And whether Shane even wanted to partner with Morphe as well. So during the call, the question of release dates came up and basically wanting to know what date they were potentially thinking of releasing the collection, and this is what went down.
We were thinking of doing the full Shane collection November 1st.
Oh, okay.
We love some jaw drops.
Yeah, okay.
So the team then at Morphe continued the conversation with Shane and Jeffree as to whether there's any potential that they might be considering moving the date to October because they were sounding a little bit concerned.
Yeah, which was crazy because Jeffree was prompting Shane to like tell him to ask certain questions.
Yeah.
But Shane actually had his business acumen too, and he was saying the reason why he didn't really want to do it in October is because he didn't want to feel like cheesy, like conspiracy, Halloween, October. So he wanted to know if he could do closer to November, aka in November, and then this tea happened.
Release something scary in November. It's like year-round almost.
Got it.
I think they're panicking because they have a Jaclyn Hill launch or another big influencer, and now they're.
Well, certainly gives a little more time for planning.
See, they're stunned.
And then Jeffree signaled to Shane to ask if they had any other collaborations coming up around that time.
Which he actually did, asking how does it work as far as other YouTubers releasing something at the same time? Is that a concern? And are there other YouTubers putting out stuff around then? Which are all great questions.
Yeah, and then after stalling a little bit and talking about making sure that Shane gets his full moment, the Morphe team then revealed this.
The challenge is to be that there will likely be an anniversary of the James Charles house that we launched last November, so that was the reason, frankly, I asked. We haven't clarified the exact timing. There would likely be another activation. We don't have the timing on it or even what it is, but there would likely be something. So on our end, we'll need to figure out exactly what that is and follow up with you, but I just want to be really transparent about the timing.
So while this moment revealed that it was likely that the Morphe team did have something planned with James Charles around that same sort of November period, they didn't exactly reveal what it was or if they had any more details about it, though a lot of people are thinking they probably did at the time.
Right. So James was teasing days before this video even dropped that he had a big announcement, and then the day before Shane's video came out with this $20 million deal with Morphe Video, he actually released a mini palette October 17th, literally the day before, so everybody was like, whoa.
So the timing of James's mini palette dropping in October, not November, right before Shane's collection launching, and then the fact that James shared that news and then a day later, Shane released his video that included that awkward conversation with Morphe that revealed that they were originally looking to do something with him in November.
Yeah.
So people on Twitter and the comments section of Shane's video were essentially doing the math and saying that it appears that Morphe bumped out James's palette to October to make way for Shane's palette in November, which people were then saying, well, they think that Morphe got a better offer and that's why they did it. They were also going as far as to say when it came to where they were going to spend their money, it would be on Shane's palette, essentially pitting the two against each other in the world of palettes, if that makes sense.
Yeah, this person said, Morphe really pushed James Charles' palette release date just to accommodate when James was already in talks with Morphe first. When I tell you Jeffree Star runs the game. And this person said, Morphe really trying to get that coin with the Shane Jeffree launch by pushing up their James launch to October literally sent me the tea. So the James Charles palette was a cash grab because they needed an October launch and Shane wouldn't give it to them. Holy sh**.
And then there was all the people online that were saying when it comes to choosing who they want to give their money to, they're going to choose Shane over James and essentially pitting the two YouTubers' palettes against each other. Like this person who said, this is a legit waste of money. No offense, James, but it really is. You're just making the same thing, but with a mirror and smaller. What's your point? Where are you trying to get at? Sorry, but I'm saving my money for the Shane and Jeffree palette. As well as me. I'm gonna save up for the new James Charles stuff. 2 days later, delivery guy. Hey, Laura Sinclair, I have 6 boxes in the truck back there. Can you sign here? Me. My Shane Dawson merch is here. And I am so ready. This is going to be the end game of palettes. James Charles who?
So I think it's pretty safe to say that everyone is beyond excited about Shane Dawson's collection. And as for James' mini palette, I think it's fair to say that based on Twitter reactions, Shane bringing out his collection this close has probably impacted people's buying choices.
Yeah,
you know?
I agree, definitely. All right, it's time for our rapid fire round, and we need to talk about everything Selena that happened this week. So much happened. She started off the week teasing us with cryptic clues, and then she dropped her single, Lose You to Love Me, which pretty much everyone was convinced was a song directed at Justin Bieber or about her toxic relationship with Justin Bieber.
Okay, so we were all jamming out to this ballad and so excited for new music from Selena, but then Hailey Bieber entered the narrative within 5 minutes of the song's release, and she took to her Insta story and posted a screenshot of Summer Walker's I'll Kill You. And if you listen to the lyrics, it just had a lot of people thinking, is Hailey coming for Selena? Like, fans were dragging her.
Yeah, they were dragging her, and then she saw a post about it. I think it was on Just Jared, and she left a comment saying, this is complete nonsense, this is BS, this is no response, and basically shut down that it had anything to do with Selena.
That's not all, because guys, this costume, I can't, it's so uncomfortable.
And this is what got me around the neck too. I'm like, oh.
So Selena dropped another bop called Look at Her Now, and it got a lot of people believing that the lyrics were about Justin, and potentially she was finally admitting that he did cheat on her based on what the lyrics were saying.
Yeah, and then shortly after that in a live, she seemed to potentially be telling people to back off Hailey, saying that she'll never stand for women tearing other women down and to please be kind to everyone. Everyone thought that was definitely in response to everything that was happening. But we've got to move on to our next.
We do. Nicki Minaj got married to her boo Kenneth Petty, and she shared the news on Instagram.
She did. Congratulations from all of us here at Clevver. And also we need to talk about Rihanna, who attended Drake's 33rd birthday with some girlfriends to help him celebrate as friends this week.
Yes, as friends.
No, as friends. They're definitely friends.
Oh, no, I was saying like as friends.
Yes.
I was saying as friends.
Yeah, making sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
But last week, guys, obviously Susan and I told you about the spiders on the set, and we wanted you to find out how many there were. The total was 8 spiders on set.
But you know what? A couple of you at least, which I actually was really shook over. At the end when we do our end card, where we actually say, please subscribe, I actually picked up one of the spiders and put it on my shoulder, and there were even people who said 9 if you count that last one, which I was so impressed because I was like, damn, you really watched the whole video through. So thank you for that. But for this week, you might have noticed that there's maybe more than 8 spiders, and you might have noticed that there might be something else different on the set.
Yeah.
So let us know in the comments section, because we're having so much fun with this game. Let us know in the comments section how many Halloween items you see.
Let's just clarify what this means. Are we including costumes as well?
Should we include you and I?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're like two big snacks out here on the couch.
Hey, we're giving you 2. This is 2
1
to start.
and 2. Giving you a head start with 2. Including everything that you can see throughout the show. Let's just say we're not going to include that big cookie thing.
Okay, I didn't know if you're going to bring it up. So not including the cookie.
I got confused in that moment. So we won't include the cookie, but everything else you see, including Emile and I, which is starting off with 2.
Yes.
Okay, but also do the creative thing. Tell us in some way or another, and include the ghost emoji, because you know it's Halloween.
Ooh, I like the ghost emoji.
Yeah.
But guys, it's that time of the show where we tell you what's happening in pop culture and entertainment next week. And of course, we're celebrating Halloween this Saturday.
We are?
Because next Saturday, of course, it won't be Halloween. So this is the Halloween episode.
So Apple TV this week will be dropping a bunch of their new releases, like Dickinson, that stars Haley Steinfeld, as well as C with Jason Momoa and The Morning Show.
Yes, but there's some birthdays that we have to talk about. Julia Roberts, happy birthday to you. Willow Smith, happy birthday to you. Winona Ryder, happy birthday to you. And Frank Ocean, all I have to say is thinking about you. Ooh, na, na, na. All right, guys, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, happy Halloween. Well, that was fun for our Halloween episode. I really wanted to be more spooky and scary, but like, you know what? What's all this about? You're just like kicking back?
I'm getting comfortable. I'm trying to get comfortable with my donut.
I know, it feels like I can see the steam coming out. But you guys, thank you so much for joining us today. We've had so much fun. Make sure you let us know in the comments section how many Halloween items you see on set right now, including Emile and I, and make sure you drop that ghost emoji so we know.
Oh yeah, don't forget the ghost emoji.
Ghost emoji, let us know. Also, have a great Halloween this weekend. Hopefully your Halloween lasts all week.
Wait, fun fact, somebody took a bite out of me. I don't know if you can tell.
Bye, guys.
Don't mind me just filling up this jelly donut. Guys, click right over here to check out last week's episode of Lowdown.
Yes, and while you're there, you guys, hit that subscribe button if you haven't before. You feel like a superhero when you do. Kind of. Sort of. Just do the thing.